Hey guys, and welcome to Transforming ADHD. Today we're going to be talking about how to stop spinning thoughts. So if you have difficulty focusing, concentrating on stuff, or if your child has, and the phrase being used is, I have spinning thoughts, my thoughts are spinning, and any kind of motion like this, then this video is extremely relevant for you on how to fix it and how to transform those thought patterns from the inside out. If your child suffers from this kind of thinking that makes it hard to focus, then this will be an easy access way for you into helping your child transform his or her ADHD from the inside out. So we're talking today about a child, a young teenage kid, a boy, and he had difficulty focusing in class. He had poor working memory, so that he would be reminded of stuff and forget it. He would have to go pick up stuff and he would forget it. And all the time, he was really trying hard to do it. He really wanted to do it, but he just couldn't figure out how. And when he came to my office, he would phrase it as, my mind just can't stop spinning. It's always spinning. And when I try to stop it, I just can't do it. So this was a problem for him in every aspect of life. And he wasn't doing well in school anymore, and he had problems remembering the most basic things because he was always preoccupied with a really bad cognitive process. If this is a story you know, please hit the like now button below already, or consider doing it as soon as the video is over, because we're heading into the metaphor now and how to transform this cognitive process from the inside out. Now, as you may recall, if you've seen any of my other videos or read my articles on transformingadhd.com, you'll know that I don't just go for a behavioral change. I want the change to come from the inside. I want to help you transform your cognitive processes, your thinking patterns, in a way that allows you to change your behavior easily from the inside out. Then you don't have to struggle or fight to stay motivated or change things radically fast. So we have the metaphor. The metaphor turns out to be this high-level programming thing that describes how our cognitive processes work currently. This is not unusual to talk about things like this, but most therapeutic processes kind of stop there. Oh, so your processes are spinning. That's how it is. That's very unfortunate for you. Now we have to figure out a way for you to manage that. Here with me, you don't have to manage it because we're going to transform it. And the process that we use is externalization. So by looking at this thought pattern as something that is happening in you, it's not you doing this, it's not your process, it's something that's happening in you. Of course it's your process, but it's not something that is out of your control. It's not your identity. It's something that we can work with, right? So if you have this problem, now I want you to test this. If not, I would like you to just kind of follow along and notice how you can talk to your child about it. All right, so if you have this problem with spinning thoughts, this is what you do. Now notice in your mind, maybe close your eyes, maybe not, notice what direction the thoughts are spinning. Are they spinning like this? Some people have them spinning like this, or like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't say anything about you or the thought pattern, which way they go. It's just important for this process that you kind of notice, oh, so they're moving in this direction. Now do that motion with your hand next to your head, if you can, depending on where you are, or find a place where you can do that motion. So do the motion and kind of notice, what's the speed of this? What would happen to your thought patterns if you sped it up? You've probably had it all the way up here. What would happen if they just went all the way up like this, right? That probably wouldn't be nice. So bring them back down to normal. And notice one thing, this is really important. You made that change. You were able to make them go faster and then make them go slower again, back to normal pace. Now notice what would happen if you slowed them down to an even slower pace, like all the way down to where they become manageable. What would happen here? How does that change the way the process goes in your mind if it's really slow like this? And then notice, what would happen if you turned it and gave it a spin in the opposite direction? Now, some people, when they do this, they kind of get confused or nauseated for a second, and some people can't even find the thought pattern. It's kind of gone or dissolved, and for some people, it just feels nice. Now, if it's your thought pattern, notice if you even want it to go in this direction. But make sure you really feel inside of you and have that realization that these are your thought patterns. You can control them. You can even move them in the opposite direction. If you're more comfortable having them move in the original direction, that's fine. Do whatever you want with them from this day forward. The important thing is that you realize they're yours. You can change them. You can transform them. You can even make them not spin. You can make them come in from the side, or you can make them present themselves one thought at a time. They're your thoughts. And notice how the metaphor is really important in this. So when we change even the metaphor, something happens in your cognition inside of you that really changes the way you think about this problem. So, by now, if you had this problem before, if you had spinning thoughts, they should either be gone, minimized, transformed in some way, or maybe you should do it again. And if they weren't spinning before, they're probably not spinning now. If they're doing something else, write that in the comment below this video. I would love to bring that in a new video, in one of the next videos. If they were spinning and something happened, please go in the comment section and write to me what happened. I'd love to hear from you about this. Also, you'll notice that these patterns are not only just manageable. You can manage these patterns, but you can transform them. You can recreate them into something else. This is really important, because that's what I mean by transforming ADHD from the inside out. All right, so now imagine doing this again and again and again with all the different aspects of your problems, your cognitive problems, your emotional problems. All these things can be transformed by using a similar approach to this. If you have more problems that you want help with, stay on this channel, subscribe to this channel, go to transformingadhd.com and get more articles and more resources, a lot of them free, and I'll help you, I'll guide you, I'll bring you along on a journey into transforming ADHD in you or in your child.